I'm here with a true story for you. Trying to adjust this. Out of our God Winks at You book. This one's got a few verses before it, so I will go read them first. Excuse me. The first one is Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. And Psalm 23:4. Yeah, though I walk through the valley. Or yea, though I walk through the valley. Okay, and there's another one. This one's by Mark Twain. I'm an old man and have known a great many troubles, but most of them never happened. That sounds like my life. That sounds like my life. Worry about stuff, and then it usually, never ends up happening. But you worry about it, like I'm worrying about stuff that's going to happen a few years from now, or maybe sooner. And, it probably won't even happen that way and stuff. I've always been that way. Just worry. It's hard not, it's hard not to. People's like, have faith. Just stop worrying. Trust in God. I do trust in God and I have faith, but I still can't keep my mind and my, body from not getting anxious and nervous and thinking about these things. Calm my mind down. You ever, have racing thoughts that keep you up all night and stuff? You can't control it and stuff. I've had those nights and they're not good. I just took my new blood pressure medicine. I haven't checked my blood pressure yet today. And I just took my shot too. My doctor had an appointment today. She raised it up to the highest milligram because my blood work still wasn't good. So I'm on the highest milligram of that now, and she gave me another blood pressure pill, so I'm on 3 blood pressure medicines now. I take 2 of them twice a day, and the new one I take once a day. I've been getting a lot of headaches with my blood pressure. It's been really high. My mom has the same trouble. Hers has been extremely high. She had to be put in the hospital here while back in the emergency room to get on medicine to make hers go down. And my aunt has problems with it. Both my aunts do. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, let's get to the story. This one is called Why Me? Why Now? So many times the candidate had prayed for good health, but the doctor spoke solemnly. You've got prostate cancer. We need to treat it right away. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you'll have to drop everything you're doing, including your run for the Senate. He stared at his doctor. This wasn't a joke. As outlandish as it seemed, the guy was dead serious. Why? Why me? Were the words screaming inside of him. Alone, he prayed that the doctor was wrong, or, if he wasn't, for a miraculous cure. He prayed for the wisdom to know what to do. In a matter of hours, newsrooms throughout the state received notice that the candidate had scheduled an important news conference. The media seemed stunned as the candidate looked into the camera and said, "We don't always know why these things happen to us in life, but in the end, they seem to have a way of working themselves out." That was May 2000. 16 months later, on September 11, 2001, you know what happened that day? 9/11. I'll never forget that day. Never forget what we were doing and everything. I seen it on TV. I seen it happen. I remember exactly where we was and who was there. It was awful. We all found out why Giuliani was still in the office of mayor of New York City. Think about it. If Giuliani had not had prostate cancer and had remained in the race for the Senate against Hillary Clinton, win or lose, he wouldn't have been mayor on 9/11. He would not have been the calming voice for a mourning and shocked nation. Why hadn't God answered Giuliani's prayers for a healing? Was this an unanswered prayer? Was the prostate cancer God's way of placing Giuliani on the path he wanted him on, to fulfill his destiny for him? Giuliani believes so. My experience with cancer prepared me for what I had to do after 9/11, he said, to comfort families during those very difficult days. Another perspective. Perhaps Giuliani's Perhaps Giuliani's terrible news has been matched by something in your own life. Something that was delivered to you with the verbal grace of a sledgehammer. The doctor tried his best to be sympathetic, but telling you the unvarnished truth, partially out of a sense of responsibility and partially out of a fear of being sued, made you wish he'd not done it. Bottom line, something was wrong with you, something you never expected, something that happens to others, but why? Why me? Or maybe you associate those words with the day a company wrote a downcast look and told you in a rehearsed voice that your position was being downsized. It probably struck you that corporate America's catchword for "you're fired" only sounds better to make them feel better. Once again, the words surged from your lips. Why? Why me? Or perhaps you heard the brutal message of a spouse, a message not entirely unexpected, but so fearful to face, it was subconsciously shoved way back in your mind. A message that hit you as a surprise, even though it wasn't. I want a divorce. What? Why? Why me? You cried. We've all had the experience of looking heavenward and asking God, why me, Lord? Terrible things happen to everyone. The devil puts you through the tests. Terrible things happen to everyone. Sooner or later, we all have to walk through the valley. In the Bible, David never suggested we could go around the valley or over it. We all have to go through it. But the nice thing about valleys is that there is an end to them. No matter how dark it seems, there's a time when it will end, and you'll break into the sunshine. And that is the concept you need to hang on to, that there is an end to trouble, terrible times, to the feelings of loss of control, and to the total absence of suitable remedies. Valleys also have signposts all along the way. God provides winks of reassurance for you to see, just like on the darkest interstate. A signpost every once in a while is a welcome message of reassurance. Yes, yes, yes. A reminder that you're on track to keep going and on the right path. That's right, God is always with you. You just got to keep the faith. We'll go through tests. We'll go through tests all of our lives. We'll go through, tough tests, through tough trials. But the thing is, you got to make sure your faith is strong. Your faith is strong. Your faith is strong. So you don't let the devil win. Remember, there's always an end to the bad. There's always an end. It will end. And there will be a better time. You just got to fight that battle with the devil and don't let him win. Keep your faith. I love you guys. Good night.